guys, welcome back to another week of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. I'm Brent Rasmussen, owner of Mortgage Specialists. So over 25 years, we've seen lots of mistakes, lots of problems that can occur in real estate, lots of communication issues. And today I want to kind of cover some of the basic ones that we see maybe on a regular basis, or most people should just have a general understanding of, because the real estate process can be one that you don't go through each and every day, but thanks to you, you have us that have done this thousands and thousands of times. So let's talk about the biggest mortgage mistakes that I've seen or the industry has seen that can cause major troubles. Number one is credit, whether that's opening new credit before you get pre-approved, after you're pre-approved, during the actual loan process for maybe appliances, furniture, a new car, and opening a new credit card. A lot of the times we'd see new debt occur that might not be old enough to rate the credit or anything in regards to this. So if you are looking at possibly adjusting or changing your credit, talk to a mortgage lender and get pre-approved or have them look at your situation before you do those things. I know people want to live life, and normally those choices are totally fine, but heaven forbid you actually open up some credit that's going to harm your chances of qualifying. You'd want to know that again as well. People don't realize that throughout the entire mortgage process, there is a check on your credit report. So if any new account opens up, they're going to have you address what the balance and what the payment is as well too. So number two is individuals worry many times about changing jobs. Most of the time, we don't see this being a problem. Where the problem does occur is if you go from a salary, hourly W-2 job and then become self-employed. If you move from one company to another company and you're not a business owner, that's not a problem. We can look at the salary, possibly even the bonus overtime commission, depending on how long you received it and what's all going on. So not always a job change a problem, but we've seen individuals go from working full-time to switching to retirement or leaving the military and taking on a new job position. There are specific rules that we have to go through and follow to make sure you meet the underwriting guidelines that exist for all loans that are out there. I can say number three is the biggest one that consumers have the biggest problem with, is moving money around. A lot of times, and nowadays, it's very easy to electronically move money from Venmo to PayPal, from checking to savings, all over the place, from friends to partners to spouses. But anytime the money gets moved, we have to trace and track where that money came from originally. So if you're showing up with another couple thousand in your account or a couple $100 in your account, you might have to go through and verify where that money came originally. And that's just more additional paperwork for you. It might not mean that you can't use that money. It's just going and digging up extra paperwork. And what I can attest to is people hate doing all the paperwork throughout the mortgage process. I think nearly all of mortgages is providing documentation and us taking that documentation to meet the mortgage rules that exist out there. So if you could not move money around throughout the process, that's great. All of your money does not need to be in one account to verify it. We can add up 30 or 40 different accounts to get the total cash to close that's needed. Another item, waiting too long to send in documentation. We see this happen whether it's the pre-approval or whether you're under contract and we have a tight time frame of 30 to 45 days. Some people think the end is the closing date. The end actually is a week or two before the closing, because there's compliance checks and documents that to be sent out as disclosures prior to closing. So if we don't get underwriting the right documentation, they're not going to finally approve the loan, calling it clear to close with enough time to get all the compliance checks done. So you, as the borrower or buyer, can be very proactive in providing documentation within a day or two, not weeks. The biggest documentation hurdle we're seeing right now is homeowners insurance. It's different all over the board from insurance agents and types of house and properties and ages and roofs, you name it. So people are calling their normal insurance agent, finding out the quote is much higher than they thought, and then are having to go back and look around more and more, and that's taking extra time. Or your insurance agent might need additional paperwork about the property, about the roof, about what's going on, and they might have questions that are not coming up and being answered in their computer system. So getting documentation to us or any lender is the ultimate on closing on time and or early. Lastly, we want to look at finishing a loan, and people think I've become pre-approved. I don't need to do anything additional. I don't have to finish getting updated documentation or insurance, but a pre-approval is just a look back period at a certain time saying, yes, based upon this information, you qualify. If anything is to change or will change, then that pre-approval can go away. So thinking that you're done just because you provided documentation during the pre-approval stage is inaccurate, and you still have to provide documentation all the way up until closing. And again, things aren't done until you actually close. And even then, there are checks after closing that come up that can cause harm for you. So hopefully those few tips, if you can just follow those 5 basic examples of starting early, getting your credit reviewed, ask questions, talk about your job, and not move money around, it will make the process that much more smooth for you, and you would be able to close that much faster. I'm Brent Rasmussen at Mortgage Specialists. Look forward to chatting with you anytime. You can give us a call at 402-991-5153, or you can check us out on our website at mtg-specialists.com. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you here soon. Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.